report after zone 2 and
Water sled.
You shooting your trad bow?
Oh yeah.
Good.
I shot it a couple days ago. One arrow went over here, one arrow went right here, and one went in the heart. So I just figured we put the pressure on me, it's going to go in the heart. I'm just confident.
You got 3 cracks at it and you're going to hit something?
You got a good coach now, so.
Alright guys, so I'm here in Shageluk, Alaska. This is my first time to Alaska, so I'm pretty excited. Hanging out with Chevy Roach, who some of you might know from the show Life Below Zero. Came up here with my buddies Vance and Eric of Great Northern Quivers. So we're getting ready to put those guys in the boat and run them way upriver to drop them off at a moose camp. And then I'm going to spend the next 12 days or something like that hanging out with Chevy, just kind of seeing how they live up here. So we're in a remote village up here. The only supplies that are brought into this place are either from a barge that comes twice a year or gets flown in on an aircraft. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to get into, but I'm sure it's going to be a heck of a good time. I'm just happy to be here. Door handles are a premium up here.
Door, that's optional. This truck didn't come with that option, the door handle on that side. Down river. 60 miles from here to the mouth of the Yukon.
Yeah.
Rodger.
I'll see you later, guys.
All right, guys.
Good luck.
We're in Shageluk, Alaska. We got a little action. A couple cows calling out here. Walking around in 3 feet of water. Clay's first day here. Get him excited. Nice to see a little movement. You got eyes on it, yeah. It's just right in there. Cow. Yeah, cow. Oh, it is. Start a bull. Start a bull call. I didn't know.
I didn't see no antlers.
There's two moose on the bank here. Just barely got a view of them before they dipped into the brush.
It looked like that one's hips fell. That was kind of weird. Must have slipped in the hole or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, fresh liver sounds good. I got my tag in my pocket. Got my expert skinner. Got 45.70. Bow hunting. Half to weight. I am hungry.
What are we doing?
We're just looking at moose. It's fall time, ready for some fresh liver and onions. Told myself I want to try to bow hunt with and screw around with that, but you see a big healthy moose like that full of fat and your mouth just starts watering, you just reach for your rifle match. Sure deal. It's gonna be a learned thing for bow hunting, that watching them go, you know. This is all we hunt is moose out here, big game, no deer, no caribou, no elk.
Probably 36, 40.
Eater for sure. Camp meat, we call that.
They're all eaters.
We call those camp meat. Camp meat.
Camp meat?
You need something to eat while you're hunting it. It's a nice dry spot too. I don't know what you're waiting for.
I don't have my knife.
I don't have a knife either. Clay probably does. He's got everything. You know, this
I
guy's
have a Leatherman. I can
all
tell
we
this
need.
with a Leatherman.
That's all we need. I don't have my earmuffs.
my earmuffs either.
Oh, there's
There's
another.
another bull right there. That's a big one. Wasn't that a bull?
I don't know.
Yeah, look at this board.
Oh, no, that's a cow.
I only got the short barrel 45-70. I don't. That's a close work gun.
That's all but 40. Ah!
This is for my Proxy Tag from my in-laws. We get a Proxy Tag, it's called, so we could hunt for my father-in-law. He's over 65, so we always hunt for elders in our village. Knock down a moose, get one down, and get people meat, have a little fresh meat.
There's a lot of meat right there on the ground.
A lot of meat, that'll be good to have some fresh meat. Don't want to be feeding Clay anything out of the freezer. That's just not right, I guess.
I appreciate that. Now the work begins.
We're gonna go, my cabin's just right around the corner here. We're gonna go grab some knives. We were just sightseeing until the perfect bull moose stepped out. So we're just gonna grab some knives, tarp, and rain jacket, come back and get that thing cleaned up.
All right, so we weren't real prepared for that moose, so just ran, I don't know, a mile or so downriver to Chevy's cabin here to pick up some knives and other tools to get this moose broken down in the boat.
Jeez, that seems a lot bigger than an 8x10.
Moose are moving, that's for sure.
So up in these villages like this, getting anything from outside is difficult. It either has to come on a barge, which only comes twice a year, or it has to be flown in by airplane. And so most of these villages up here, I mean, they're living subsistence. And moose like this is hundreds of pounds of prime meat. Very important food.
Perfect size little bowl.
So what do you think the yield off that bowl would be?
I'd say probably 650, 700 pounds of meat, maybe 700-800 pounds of meat. By the time it's all boned out and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's a probably about a 3-year-old bull. It's not that big. You shoot a big bull, a big monster bull is, you know, I wouldn't say twice that size would be an exaggeration, but I mean a lot bigger. I mean a way bigger body than that. And so these younger ones are a little bit more tender usually, and they go into rut. They just don't get as stinky, and they're not fighting as much. They're a little bit on the outskirts, so people around this region prefer to eat the smaller moose, and especially a little bit more tender and stuff like that. And for my in-laws and stuff, they lot less meat. You know, they're not have a family of 7 like me, where you're gonna eat, you know, 1,500 pounds of moose a year. So it's good. I'll set this pistol right over here.
Moose tongue.
Oh, we render this down and use it for our cooking oil. So we put that in there as I fry my steaks in, or fry my eggs in, or fry anything in. And Santa likes to render it down. She makes fish ice cream out of it. So she takes this fat, she renders it down, and then she whips it with pike, northern pike, and berries, and just a little bit of sugar, and it's a dessert. So this fat right here is this soft fat like this could be used for a lot of things. It's the fat that's wrapped around the kidneys. That's good stuff. Skin it and take the hide off of it, and you boil it, and it's got a bunch of that. It's kind of like it is cartilage, just like anybody's nose, and it gets soft, like kind of like bone marrow texture. Maybe not quite that soft, but like that. We'll put it on crackers or bread. Send us back out. Don't want to come back out, waste gas. Okay. Why do we got the head in here again?
I have no idea.
You want the horns?
Might as well take the horn anyway.
Cut the horns off of it.
Yeah. I'll put it next to it.
So the plan for this is to run it up to the smokehouse, hang it,
Yep.
and then what?
You can only process so much moose meat at a time, and you can't just pull up just 70-year-old people and drop off a whole moose and say, here, deal with it. So you kind of hang it up, get it ready, let it dry just a little bit, and then as they're processing it, you bring them down the ribs. They'll cut up the ribs first. They always cut the ribs up first. Never let rind build up on the ribs because we eat the ribs off the bone. So they just take the ribs, they're gonna cut those up right away. They'll cut the brisket or the chest bone up right away. Those will be the first things that go down there. And then front quarters, we'll start taking those down and we'll grind them into burger. And the hind quarters are all your steaks and roasts and stuff like that, and just take it to them as they need it, and that way they're not overloaded with meat everywhere and having to work their way around stuff. It makes it just easier for them. You ever have backbone roast?
We make neck roasts. We just I take a saw and leave the vertebrae in the neck.
Yeah.
And like on big bucks and bull elk.
That's what we do with that backbone, is saw that up, and then all that meat between those, off that backbone at the top of it. Pick of that with just a little bit of Johnny seasoning salt.
Slow cook it.
Slow cook it.
Yeah. Now you talking.
And the meat is everything to us. It's what we eat year round. It's what everybody in this community eats, and a lot of rural Alaska eats year round. And that's what we're hunting for. Is we're hunting to eat. And you know, a lot of people will see these horns around the house and different places, and it just blows their mind that they're laying around or that they're not taken care of. But I leave horns like that out in the woods. It's I'm not hunting for the horns. I almost always shoot the first bull moose I see, and they all eat the same, and you can't eat the horns. And it's just the way we grew up, and it's like it's our grocery store. It's our farm out there. That's the winter's worth of meat right there, and you got to take care of it. Intestines and all.